Have you ever stood in the middle of your home and suddenly realized that what once felt easy now feels just a little harder? Maybe the chairs feel lower than they used to, or you find yourself holding the handrail a little tighter on the stairs. You're not alone. And let me tell you something right now. There's no shame in it. Getting older doesn't mean giving up your comfort or independence. It just means we get wiser about how we live in our space. That's all. And here's the good news. Making your home feel safer, easier, and more comfortable doesn't mean tearing down walls or remodeling the kitchen. You don't need to bring in contractors or spend thousands of dollars. In fact, most of the changes that make the biggest difference, they're simple, affordable, and you can do them yourself or with just a little help. So today, let's talk about how to make your home truly yours again. A place where you don't have to worry about tripping, straining, or struggling. Just peace of mind. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 smart, doable changes that can transform how you move through your day, starting the moment you open your eyes. Now, let's start with the first thing that might surprise you: lighting. It's such a small detail that it's easy to overlook. But the truth is, poor lighting can quickly turn familiar spaces into hazards. And after 60, our eyes need about 3 times more light to see clearly than when we were in our 20s. That's a big difference, isn't it? Think about your bedroom. If you get up in the middle of the night to use the restroom, is there a light to guide your way? Or do you have to fumble in the dark, maybe relying on memory to avoid bumping into furniture? One simple fix: motion sensor nightlights. You can plug them into an outlet and forget about them. When you move, they light up. No buttons, no reaching, no risk. And don't stop at the bedroom. The hallway, the bathroom, the kitchen, any spot where you might wander at night should be gently lit. It's not about turning your house into an airport runway. It's about creating a gentle path that your eyes and your feet can trust. Now let's talk about something we don't always associate with safety. Rugs. I know. They're beautiful. Some might even hold sentimental value, especially if they've been passed down or picked out decades ago. But if a rug bunches up, slides, or has curled edges, it's a fall waiting to happen. And one fall can change everything. Here's what I suggest. Walk through your home slowly. Really pay attention to your feet. Are there spots where your foot catches? Is anything uneven? If so, you don't need to toss those rugs away. You can secure them with rug tape or non-slip pads. But be honest with yourself. If a rug keeps causing problems, your safety is worth more than your decor. The same goes for furniture arrangement. Over time, it's easy to collect a few too many pieces in a room. Maybe a side table here, a footstool there. But what used to feel cozy can suddenly feel crowded. Narrow walkways, sharp corners, and cluttered paths are common reasons why seniors trip. And often, those spaces aren't obvious until you try to walk through with a walker or a cane. One woman I spoke to said she didn't even realize how tight her hallway had gotten until her son brought over her new rollator. Suddenly, her favorite plant stand became an obstacle. Her advice? Move through your house like you're already using a walker, even if you're not. It changed how she saw her space. Start by clearing walkways. Make sure there's at least 32 inches of space to move through comfortably. You'd be surprised how spacious a room feels when it's been cleared just a little. And if there's furniture you rarely use, consider moving it to storage or gifting it to a loved one. Less really is more when it comes to comfort and safety. We've looked at lighting, rugs, and furniture. And you might already be seeing some things in your own home you want to adjust. And that's wonderful. Because every small change is a step toward freedom, peace of mind, and the kind of daily comfort that lets you focus on living, not worrying. But before we go further, let me remind you, this is not about making your home look like a hospital or giving up style for safety. You can absolutely have both. It's about tailoring your space to the person you are now, Someone wise, experienced, and deserving of a home that works with you, not against you. Now that we've looked at the space beneath your feet and around your path, let's turn to what your hands reach for every day. You might be surprised how many common household items are just a little too high, too low, or too awkward. But the fix? It's easier than you think. Because here's the thing. It's not always the big obstacles that wear us down. Sometimes it's the little things we reach for day after day that quietly become the biggest hassles. Like bending down to grab a pan from a low cabinet, or stretching your arm just a little too far to get your favorite mug from the top shelf. It might have been fine 10 years ago. But now? It's just asking for a pulled muscle, a tumble, or worse, a loss of confidence. So here's what I always say. Bring the everyday essentials to your level. Think of your comfort zone, the space between your knees and your shoulders. That's your golden range. Anything you use daily, dishes, toiletries, favorite books, even pet food, should live in that space. It's not just about ease, it's about respecting your body and its needs right now. One woman I spoke with recently told me that after a minor back strain, she went through her entire kitchen with a simple rule. If I use it every day, I shouldn't have to bend or stretch to reach it. She used a few pull-out bins from the dollar store, rearranged a few shelves, and suddenly cooking wasn't a chore. It was joyful again. And that's the point. These changes aren't about limiting what you do, they're about bringing back joy to the little routines of your day. Now, let's walk into the bathroom for a moment. It's one of the most common places for falls, and yet it's also one of the easiest to make safer. You don't need to rip out your bathtub or tile your floors with non-slip stone. Sometimes, all it takes is a good grip and a secure step. Grab bars. Not glamorous, I know. But let's be real. When you're getting in and out of the shower, especially on a slick surface, a towel rack or soap holder isn't going to catch you. And those suction cup bars you see online, they might stick until they don't. If you're going to do one upgrade for yourself this year, have a professional install one or two permanent grab bars where you actually need them. By the toilet, in the shower, near the bath. It's peace of mind that lasts for years. Another smart tip? Look at your bath mat. Is it thick and plush and easy to trip on? Or flat and rubber-backed? You want a mat that stays put no matter what. Same goes for the shower or tub itself. Non-slip strips or a textured mat inside the tub can make a big difference. You deserve to feel safe in your most private space. No second guessing. No stress. A friend of mine, Joe, he's 74 now, he once told me, I used to think grab bars were for old people. Then I slipped once in the shower and landed on my elbow. You know what hurts more than a bruised arm? A bruised ego. We laughed. But you know what? He got those grab bars installed the very next day. It's always better to be proactive than reactive. That's what so much of this is about. Not waiting for something to go wrong to make it right. And that brings me to the next simple, game-changing idea. The power of a good chair. Think about where you sit during the day. The living room, kitchen, bedroom. Is it easy to get in and out of that chair? Or do you find yourself rocking back and forth, using your arms, even giving yourself a little grunt just to stand up? Chairs that are too low or too soft might feel cozy, but they don't do your joints any favors. Over time, that strain on your knees, hips, and back adds up. Look for chairs that are firm, supportive, and at the right height. Ideally, your knees should be at a 90-degree angle when you sit. Armrests help too. And you don't need to buy a whole new set. There are simple cushions that add height or firmness. You can even get chair risers if needed. I once visited a neighbor, Marie. She's got this lovely floral armchair by the window where she reads every afternoon. But getting out of it? Took her almost a full minute. Her daughter bought her a supportive seat cushion with a grippy bottom. It raised the height just 2 inches. You wouldn't think that would matter. But now, she stands up smooth as butter. It's her favorite spot again. And that's what all of these little changes do. They give you back control, comfort, and dignity. They remind you that aging isn't about decline, it's about refinement, making smarter choices, not harder ones. And when your home works with you instead of against you, you start each day with a little more energy and a lot more confidence. Before we move on, take a moment to look around your own home today. Walk through your morning routine in your mind, from the bed to the bathroom, the kitchen to the living room. Where are the moments of tension, discomfort, or hesitation? Because wherever those moments exist, that's your starting point. And the solutions? They're closer and simpler than you think. One area of the home that often gets overlooked, yet plays a huge role in our daily safety and independence, is the bedroom. It's not just where we sleep, it's where we start and end our day. And how we begin and finish each day affects everything in between. Let's talk about lighting. A bedroom should feel cozy, yes, but it also needs to be practical. Picture this. It's 3 a.m., you wake up a little groggy and need to get to the bathroom. The last thing you want is to fumble around in the dark or get blinded by a harsh overhead light. That's where motion sensor nightlights can be a lifesaver. They're inexpensive, easy to plug in, and they turn on when you move. Just enough glow to guide your steps safely. Put one near your bed, in the hallway, or near the bathroom. No switches, no struggle. Just a soft light that knows exactly when you need it. I once spoke to a gentleman named Frank, 81 years old and still sharp as a tack. He said the best gift he ever gave himself was a little nightlight that turned on when his feet hit the floor. It's like the house is saying, "I've got you," he told me. That stuck with me. Sometimes it's not about the gadget. It's about what it makes you feel. Another great addition? A bedside organizer. If you've ever reached too far for a glass of water or your reading glasses and nearly toppled over, you'll appreciate having everything you need within arm's reach. Water, remote, phone, tissues, a notepad, all tucked into a little fabric pocket that slides right under your mattress or hooks to the side of your bed. No more stretching or turning at awkward angles. And speaking of beds, how high is yours? Beds that are too low can make getting up feel like a full-body workout. And ones that are too high? You practically need a step stool just to get in. Ideally, your feet should touch the ground flat when you sit on the edge of your bed. If it feels like a jump or a squat, it might be time for a new mattress height or a platform adjustment. Then there's one of the most underestimated fixes: clearing floor clutter. I know, this sounds obvious. But as we get older, it's easy for small piles of laundry, cords, shoes, or even pet toys to become invisible hazards. What used to be a small step over something can now turn into a dangerous misstep. This is about creating pathways, not just for walking, but for living freely and safely. Now, I want to touch on something that might surprise you: your phone. Not just having one nearby, but making sure it's set up for quick access in an emergency. Whether that means a landline by your bed, a mobile phone with voice commands, or even a simple wearable button, if that gives you peace of mind, your home should always offer you a direct line to help if needed. Not out of fear, but out of empowerment. And finally, let's think about rhythm. What do I mean by that? Well, our homes have a rhythm, just like our bodies do. When your surroundings flow smoothly, when items are where you need them, lights support your movements, seats are easy to rise from, and there's nothing to trip on, your body relaxes, your confidence grows, and your day becomes easier, calmer, and yes, happier. There's a story I like to tell about a woman named Edna. She was 79 when her daughter suggested she make a few small changes around the house. At first, Edna pushed back. "I've lived this way for 40 years," she said. "Why start changing now?" But eventually, she tried it. Added the grab bars, moved her mugs to a lower shelf, got a firmer armchair, and placed nightlights in the hallway. A month later, she called her daughter and said something beautiful. My house feels like it's taking care of me now. That's what this is all about. Creating a space that supports your life now, not the one you had 30 years ago, and certainly not one that makes you feel limited. Quite the opposite. When your home works with you, it frees up your energy for the things that really matter. Connecting with people, enjoying hobbies, moving your body, feeling alive and capable. So as you walk through your home later today, don't look at what's wrong, look at what's possible. Ask yourself, how could this chair help me more? Could I reach this shelf more easily? What if I had a light here? These aren't big remodels. They're small decisions that say, I'm still in charge here. And you are. Remember, none of this is about giving in to aging. It's about rising up with it. It's about choosing to adapt instead of struggle. It's about giving yourself the dignity and grace you deserve, and letting your home be a place that lifts you up, not holds you back. And here's the best part. It doesn't take much. A few thoughtful tweaks can change your entire day. Your mornings become smoother. Your routines feel easier. And your home becomes what it should have always been. A place of ease, safety, and joy. Let's take a moment now and really think about what we've covered. Not in a checklist way, but from a deeper place. The part of you that knows change isn't just about safety or convenience. It's about freedom. About owning your space in a way that makes you feel strong, independent, and completely at home in your life right now. You see, the goal here isn't just to avoid a fall or strain your back less when getting out of your favorite chair, though that's important. The bigger picture is this. Every small adjustment you make today is a declaration. It's saying, I'm still here, I still matter, and I deserve to live in a space that works for me, not against me. There's nothing weak or sad about adapting your home to suit you better. In fact, it's one of the most courageous and powerful things you can do. It's a quiet kind of strength. The kind that says you're not going to wait for someone else to make life easier. You're going to do it for yourself. And that mindset changes everything. Now, I want to encourage you. If you've made it this far in the video, take just one of these ideas and put it into action today. Not next week, not when someone comes over to help. Just one step. Move a rug that always catches your foot. Add a small table near your chair for your tea or remote. Pick up a few motion sensor lights online and place them in the hallway or bathroom. That's it. One change, one decision. And then watch how your day feels just a little more manageable, a little more peaceful. And when you do that one thing, notice how it makes you feel. Does your body feel a bit more relaxed? Is your mind quieter knowing that you've made your space safer? That's not just a small change. That's quality of life. That's control. That's aging on your terms. I've spoken to so many people in their 70s, 80s, and even 90s who have told me the same thing. I wish I'd done this sooner. Not because they had an accident or a scare, but because they realized their home had slowly stopped serving them the way it once did. And by making just a few smart, senior-friendly choices, they felt empowered again, more confident, more in control, more themselves. And isn't that what we all want? Not just to be safe, but to feel like our environment matches who we are now, not who we were decades ago. Because the truth is, you've grown, you've changed, you've earned the right to live with comfort, with dignity, with ease. So, if your home is still asking you to bend, twist, reach, or struggle, it might be time to ask for more from it. And the best part? You don't need to tear down walls or spend thousands on renovations. The most effective changes are often the simplest ones. A better light, a smarter chair, a reachable shelf, a softer surface, a clearer path. I hope you feel inspired, not overwhelmed, just gently nudged into action, because you deserve to live every day with less stress and more ease. And these little improvements, they add up. They stack. They create a home that's not just livable, but lovable. If you've ever caught yourself saying, "I'm just getting older, that's all," I want you to try saying something different. Say, "I'm getting smarter, I'm getting wiser, and I'm building a life that fits me perfectly," because you are. And as always, I'd love to hear from you. If something in this video helped you, if you made a change today that made your home feel even a little more like a sanctuary, drop a comment below. Tell me what you did. Tell me how it felt. Your story might be the one that inspires someone else to finally make their change too. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. It helps others find it too. And if you'd like more videos like this, with real practical ways to feel stronger, safer, and more joyful in this stage of life, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We've got so much more coming your way. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for yourself. And remember, it's never too late to create a life and a home that truly feels like yours. Here's to comfort. Here's to confidence. And here's to living your best life at any age. You've earned it.